Pathmark is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmark qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with the relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmark to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmark.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Zach Rego from Triple Well, Senior VP of Revenue with them. How are you doing today, Zach?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. It's great to have you on today's show. And well, Zach, I'm sure our listeners are tuning in, wondering what Triple Well is all about. So let's kick it off with that, Zach. In your own words, can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, Triple Well is a attribution and analytics platform built for D2C brands on Shopify today. Our real mission is to kind of democratize data. Historically, BI and very expensive solutions engineers and data engineers have been reserved for very large e-commerce brands. Our real mission is to arm kind of the SMB and mid-market e-commerce brands with the data they need to better optimize their businesses.
Okay, great to learn that then. And so that way, Zach, our listeners could get a good understanding there of Triple Well. What would you say is that key problem that you guys like to solve for clients?
Yeah, right. It starts with really kind of end-to-end analytics. So we provide a totally proprietary pixel that we've built that basically tracks people that come to your site, where they came from. So it's great for marketing attribution. But the real value is that it ties together not only the marketing attribution, but all the things that happen after the point of purchase. So LTV is kind of a big topic right now in the D2C world. And we can help you identify the ads that drive the best LTV, the campaigns that have done that, things of that nature, which has been really helpful for our clients, especially as the funding climate has changed over the last couple of years. Profitability is key, and we really help brands drive that.
Definitely important. Okay, awesome. And so then, is there a certain vertical segment that you guys like to go for? Is there an ideal ICP there for Triple Well?
Yeah, anyone on e-commerce using Shopify right now, we will be expanding to other platforms very soon. So anyone that's using Shopify, obviously we have a ton of brands that are e-commerce brands selling apparel, supplements, food and beverage. But the real sticking point for us is that you're an e-commerce brand doing $1 million or more in annual GMV.
Got it. Okay, perfect. So how would somebody then usually find out about Triple Well? Is there a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
Yeah, we spend a lot of effort on tech partnerships. So we do a lot of co-marketing with other tech companies in our ecosystem. That's probably our number one top line lead generation strategy. Outside of that, we do well on paid. We invest a lot in LinkedIn more recently. We're doing a lot of ABM campaigns, very targeted outreach to specific clients. Those are either messenger campaigns or, kind of in-feed campaigns through LinkedIn. Spend a little bit on Facebook, do a decent amount on Google, but really number one is that tech partnership effort that we put in.
Definitely. Okay, all right. And so that way our listeners who are tuned in could go ahead and visit you. They can always check you out at triplewell.com. What role then does a website play for client acquisition?
Yeah, we invest a lot in organic content, have since our kind of first day, and brand as well. So we definitely get a lot of traffic to the site through organic. We build a lot of landing pages dedicated, and I think you mentioned Pathmark personalization. Personalization is key for us. We build a ton of landing pages. We try to build a lot of personalized on-site pop-up experiences to convert for a variety of free tools we offer. And that has been a huge success, I would say, over the last kind of 12 to 18 months. We've invested a lot of time in thinking about where can we serve up the best content for people, and how can we best tailor the guides or free tools we offer based on, the pages they're visiting. And that leads to a lot of kind of top funnel lead downloads. And then we've got a sales team that tries to nurture them to a demo as well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great to hear that then. And so then, is there any tools or tips or methods that you would recommend to our listeners as far as some website lead generation?
Yeah, I would say there's a few things. One, value early is key. So, the highest bar is give me 30 minutes of your time, and book a demo is one of the main CTAs we have. And we do very well at getting demos from first-time visitors, but we have to continually be lowering that bar and trying to hit people with different offers to capture their information. So we do start high. I mean, you go to our site, their very main CTAs is get started for free or book a demo, both of which are pretty high bars. Now, as you engage with our site, I would take a lot of time in understanding what are my top visited pages, what are my top visited blog posts, and what is the intent behind those? And if someone is leaving, how can I lower the bar? So we use a lot of exit intent pop-ups that are always trying to lower the bar of the CTA to capture some bit of information. So it might be that we give them, our free trends tool, which is a benchmarking tool, or we give them a guide download with benchmark metrics. But we're constantly trying to match their level of interest with kind of the level of information we need to gather from them.
Yeah. Okay. I like what you mentioned there. So let's switch gears then a little bit, Zach, and let's talk about you as a leader there. You being the senior VP of revenue there, what are some key tasks you like to focus on your day-to-day work?
So I'm leading sales, marketing, and partnerships. Key tasks on a day-to-day can range anywhere from sitting on a demo with a large brand and helping a salesperson kind of bring that across the finish line, which really helps, I think, on the marketing side. If you're a marketing leader and you're not listening to or sitting in on demos and watching those questions and objections in real time, then you're doing yourself and your company a disservice, not quite understanding messaging, positioning, what are the pains that prospects are feeling. So I'll do anything from sit on a demo to work with the demand gen team to deploy a new campaign or new strategy, or meet with new networks. We're thinking about connected TV as we speak right now. So that's something I'm really in the weeds on right now, is connected TV strategy and how we can deploy a commercial that hopefully drives a lot of top funnel demand. And then tech partnerships I spend a lot of time with as well. And that is typically around integration strategy, co-marketing strategy. I've got a great tech partnerships team. They really run with that, but I like to be a part of those conversations and help kind of develop how a partnership can be mutually beneficial between us and the other tech company.
Okay, interesting. I mean, love what you said, right? I mean, a lot of hats, still doing demos, still, keeping in touch with what's really, getting in contact with that client of what their needs are. So that's important to hear. So then is there a preferred channel that you like to go with in order to stay up to date with all the news in the marketing world as far as trends, strategies? Is there one that you like that you frequent with?
Honestly, I listen to a decent amount of podcasts. I kind of vary between trying to pull inspiration from the current day and the past. I listen to the Acquired podcast, which are very, very long, in-depth reviews of some of the largest companies in the world. Nintendo, LVMH, some interesting ones, obviously Microsoft, Amazon, those are great as well, Nike. It's great to pull inspiration from companies that have done things really well for long periods of time, and the guys that run that podcast do an amazing job. Newsletters, Growth Unhinged by Kyle Poyer, who is with OpenView, a VC fund out of Boston. He doesn't go deep on marketing, but he goes deep on the companies, and it usually piques my interest to go and look at the company and kind of pull inspiration from them. And he's good at catching things early, companies that are doing well early. So the Growth Unhinged newsletter is a very, very good one to kind of pique interest on strategies that are working, and then you can kind of go and dig into the company and find some inspiration from them. Those are kind of the two main places I find myself going back to quite often.
Okay, also love them there for our listeners as well. And let's switch to our next section then here, which is our rapid fire question rounds. Are you ready for them, Zach?
Ready.
Awesome. Then first off, Zach, what is the last book that you read?
Elon's biography.
Oh, okay, interesting read there for our listeners. Did you like it?
It was great. People will say that Elon is like all over the place, but this guy said a bunch of stuff in like 1999 and has literally executed on all of them. And while it was like 5 different ideas, he's been incredibly focused on 5 ideas for like 26 years of his life, maybe more. And that's just, there's an unbelievable amount of focus there, whether you believe it or not. So that was pretty inspiring, but to go through that.
Definitely. I think, no, what you just mentioned, right? He focused on something and that's what he's been pursuing. And well, to right now, everything is turning out really, really great, right? I think, going to Mars or getting that Neuralink installed, I don't know which one would be more beneficial, but definitely got one of a mind where he's focused and he's getting there. So it's awesome to see that from him. Next up then is, if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to fix for your role as a marketer today?
Ooh. We're getting close, but we need AI to solve reporting. And there are MMM tools, and there are obviously attribution tools, which we do. And we do a really nice job of this for the D2C world. And we're trying to build Triple Whale for Triple Whale as we speak. We actually have it somewhat working. But no, it is painstaking to build reporting on every single campaign that you're launching. And without having someone dedicated to it at a large scale company that's doing a lot of different and testing a lot of different channels, it's a waste of time. And I just wish that we could solve that quickly.
Okay, interesting take there. Love it. Next then is, if there's one repetitive task that you could automate, then what would that be?
Reporting. Setting up reporting for a new channel every time it comes out, or every time you build something to test.
Oh, definitely. There's a lot of people that are like you for something like that. So awesome to see that from you as well. And then lastly then here is, I mean, you have the experience already, no doubting that, but what would be that one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer today?
Take bigger swings earlier. I think I'm pretty conservative. And when I joined Triple Whale, I was very inspired by our old CMO, Raba. He took a lot of big swings. But when they landed, wow, did it change the trajectory of the business. They didn't all land, but I think a lot of marketers will come into a role and be very, very conservative for an extended period of time. And while you should be conservative and kind of get your bearings, at some point you got to be confident in that you've ironed out the funnel and take a big swing. And I wish that earlier in my career I would have done that.
Okay, awesome. Some great advice there, not just for yourself, but for our listeners. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Zach. And Zach, we are coming to the end of the show here, but before we do end, I do want to give you the last word. So say someone forgets everything about the interview today. What is that one thing they should remember about Triple Whale?
Yeah, if you need marketing analytics or attribution insights in the D2C world today, reach out and keep an eye out if you are a B2B company, which I imagine a lot of folks are. For us to be launching in that space and really helping support SaaS companies, especially heavy inbound transactional SaaS companies on marketing analytics and insights.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Love it. And to our listeners, check them out at triplewhale.com. Better data, better decisions. Zach, thank you so much for being on with us today. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm looking forward to our next episode at Path Monk Presents. Thanks a lot, Zach.
Appreciate it.